Christopher Columbus was a brave explorer. He loved the ocean. When Christopher was a little boy, he lived in Italy. He loved to watch the ships sail into the harbor. He dreamed of sailing far away. Christopher's father was a wool weaver. He wanted Christopher to learn a trade. But Christopher wanted to explore. He wanted to see new places and learn new things. He wanted to sail across the vast ocean. Christopher believed the world was round, like a ball. He studied maps and read books about faraway lands. He thought he could find a shorter route to Asia by sailing west across the Atlantic Ocean. At that time, most people thought the world was flat. They thought you would fall off the edge if you sailed too far. But Christopher was not afraid. He was determined to prove everyone wrong. Christopher studied maps very carefully. He learned about the stars and the winds. He knew that sailors use the stars to navigate at night. He also knew that the wind could help or hinder a ship's journey. He needed ships to sail across the ocean. He needed strong ships that could withstand storms and carry enough supplies for a long journey. The ships also needed to be large enough to hold a crew of sailors. Christopher asked the King and Queen of Spain for help. He needed money to buy ships and hire a crew. After many attempts, they agreed to help him. The Queen gave him 3 ships, the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. They were not very big, but they were strong and sturdy. The ships were loaded with food, water, and other supplies. Christopher and his crew were ready to sail. In August 1492, Christopher Columbus and his crew set sail from Spain. They sailed west across the Atlantic Ocean. The journey was long and difficult. The sailors were often afraid. They missed their homes and families. The sea was rough, and storms tossed the ships like toys. The sun was hot, and the sailors were tired. Sometimes they wanted to turn back, but Christopher Columbus encouraged them to keep going. He knew they were close to finding land. He told them stories about the riches of Asia. He promised them gold and spices. He kept their spirits high with his determination and optimism. After many weeks at sea, they finally saw land. They were overjoyed. They had reached a new world. Christopher Columbus landed on an island in the Caribbean Sea. He called it San Salvador. He thought he had reached the East Indies, which is what people called Asia back then. He met the native people who lived there. They were kind and generous. They shared their food and their culture with Christopher and his crew. Christopher explored the islands and claimed them for Spain. He brought back news of this new world to Europe. He showed them new plants, animals, and even some of the native people. His discovery changed the world forever. He is remembered today for his courage, his determination, and his spirit of adventure. Christopher Columbus showed us that anything is possible if you dare to dream big and follow your dreams.